Yeah.
What's up, party animals? Let's forget about all the bad decisions you made this past weekend and join the gang as we go beyond the party. You're now listening to the Beyond the Party podcast.
Welcome to this week's episode of Beyond the Party podcast, right? I said that correctly?
You did, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Cool. We are lucky enough this week to have Grammy Award winning music artist Nervo here, Mim and Liv, lining PDC today at about 3:30, and we are stoked to have you. Welcome back to Atlantic City.
Thank you. We haven't played a pool party here for a while.
No.
But I've been told, guys, it's going to rain cats and dogs.
It's gonna rain, cats, dogs, champagne,
Yes.
everything. We're stoked to have you. Let's get the show started.
Yeah, awesome. Even though it's gonna rain, though, we're under the dome, so
We are under
it's
the dome.
perfect.
Oh, okay. That's fine. then.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
it
super
works out.
warm
It's super
outside
warm,
anyway.
82 degrees in the pool
Yep.
every Saturday.
Winning.
Gotta plug it in.
Right?
Yeah.
Gotta throw that plug in. Go Phils!
Go Phillies, yeah,
Throw that
definitely.
one in there.
But yeah, let's jump into it. I kind of wanted to start at first, just like taking a step back and seeing how you guys really got into DJing and producing at first.
Well, it was all done very organically. We started as songwriters, and then we had a few cuts. You call them cuts, like song placements with artists like Rachel Stevens.
We would do it. We
Pussycat
started off.
Dolls.
We actually started off making music for advertising
Yeah.
companies.
okay.
So jingles.
Well, we did that when our songs weren't making money.
Yeah.
So that was paying the bills.
Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah, yeah.
And then we got into writing pop music, actually.
Mm.
That was kind of our jam when we were little teeny boppers. And then we moved to the UK. Then we had a holiday in Ibiza. And basically, our tastes just became more and more dance orientated. So we found ourselves in this world of writing songs for pop stars during the week, but going
Clubbing.
to Bristol for Bugged Out, which is a dance event, or going to Ibiza for the weekend. And then we started working for DJs, making them their songs. And that was when Love Takes Over for David Guetta won the first Grammy.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
ever.
huge song.
I love it.
2009. Can you
It's
believe
still
how
on
long
my
ago?
running playlists.
Is
I
that?
promise you it is.
Yeah, I know.
Not just because you're on the podcast, but honestly,
Yeah.
Well,
one
we-
of my favorites.
We were just told today that Pete Tong might be adding that to his classics. So now we're actually in the classics bracket of songs
It's
that
gonna
we
live
read.
forever.
take
I
that.
hope you know that.
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
take
a
it,
timeless
good thing,
song,
but
yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of makes you feel old.
Do you enjoy playing music or writing music?
Well, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing because we really flogged that riding horse. We wrote, and we were pulling like 11-hour days,
At
5
least.
days a week,
Yeah.
6 days a week.
With
So-
0 gigs. And then
Yeah.
we got into DJing, and DJing took over a lot. So we went
Mhm.
from 7 days a week in the studio to tour life, which is hours here and there that you can grab. And now we are finding a bit more of a balance. Look, ask me a week that I'm touring and I want to be in the studio. Ask me after 2 weeks in the studio and I want to get out.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
They really, really, really complement each other. But I will say there's something spiritual about being in the studio.
Writing songs is
It's
amazing.
very good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's our therapy.
It really is. We're mums now, so that's another big change in our lives.
Best thing in the world, right?
Best thing in the
COVID
world.
mums.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I know.
We were.
COVID did that, didn't it?
And it's, but you're mom, all girls, right?
We
Girl
are
gang.
full girl gang.
Full
yeah.
girl gang. What's that like?
Mim had two.
2 and Liv had 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, full girl gang. We love it.
You love it.
Yeah, why not?
So
Girls
how do
everywhere.
you do studio tour
Oh,
mom?
that is.
How do you do that?
That-
And sleep.
Well,
it's so tough.
a lot of concealer and a lot of compromise
Yes.
and
And a lot of tag teaming.
Yeah.
It used to be where Liv and I were in the studio together all the time. Now what will happen is we'll take the moments. So last week I was in the studio by myself and I'm
Mhm.
throwing her ideas. I'm like, Liv, can you jump on it now?
Mhm.
Help me here. And then, so we'll do that. So yeah,
Mm.
it's harder for Liv. She's a solo mum.
solo
so
parent. Yeah.
looks after her baby.
So what do you do when you're traveling? Like,
Well, I live with a nanny, and I have a few nannies that
Okay.
I rely on. They're
and
like,
trust. I'm
and well,
guessing.
Yeah.
trust is a really hard
I would
thing,
never
isn't
leave
it?
My kids with NEEK, so
Yeah.
any of you.
Hey, guys, come on.
Well, look,
available.
It's the most precious cargo, so I don't think you ever trust anyone.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't really know.
trust is a whole other podcast, isn't it? I
It
think
is.
at some point you just need to bite the bullet, try your best, go with your gut. I mean, I do all the police checks, all the everything that you can, and at some point,
And FaceTime is the best thing in the entire world.
I've thank God,
Right?
Right,
my
yeah.
goodness, like I've just got off the phone. Just she was just going to bed now because they're in Europe, and we speak 5 times a day when I'm away, but still,
it's
it's
not the same
hard.
as holding them, right?
But also,
No.
you bring your girl on the road with us.
Yeah. So
They're
any
not, yeah.
I saw that in one of your guys' videos
lot.
like recently. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
the
was
oldest
in-
girls are 4, so they're still not. They don't have to go to school until they're 5.
Yeah.
Or is it
6.
5 or 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, so we can still take them out for long periods of time without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I
then
do.
even on weekends, if I am touring in Europe, then she'll come with me and the nanny.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's
See, I still haven't gotten approval to bring my son and put him on stage as a DJ. Do you ever see that video that Fisher did with his goddaughter?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
I
yeah.
tried to do that this summer, and she was like, I'll kill you. I'm
No,
just joking.
bring her on when we're playing. We'll get the headphones.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
We actually did that. We brought our little girls on with us this time last year when we were in Qatar.
They loved it.
And it was the first time they'd ever seen us live.
That's
They've
really
seen
cool.
us, like the nannies would show us at Tomorrowland or on videos.
Well, now they really understand what we do. They're like,
Yeah.
mummies. They call us mummies. You're going to a show. You're doing a show because they've been to one. of
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really, I know that the nannies and our parents used to put things like the Tomorrowland stream on or any stream while we were away. So they would think that they're watching us live.
And do you
But
know what
now-
Ace said to me?
What?
I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about jobs. And she said something along the line. She goes, "Can boys be DJs, Mama?" And I was like, "Yes, they can, baby." But isn't that wild that she just thinks
Yeah, yeah.
all DJs are women because her auntie and her mummies? I thought that was
That's
cool.
awesome.
No, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Start training them now.
That's
Yeah.
so
By the
cute.
time they're
They're
18, they'll
stars,
be.
right? They're the
Yeah.
stars.
I think they are.
I think your little girl is smashing
You
it.
see, I think her little girl has perfect pitch, does not
sings
sings
really well.
okay.
yeah.
on tune, and has done since she was 2 years old.
And loves to dance as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
But your little girl, when it came to getting up on stage, she had more chutzpah.
Yeah.
She was less shy.
Yeah, she was.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
We'll see. They can do whatever they want to do.
That's
Yeah.
the answer, right?
Yeah.
We can't wait to see them on stage in
Yeah.
10 years, right?
Totally.
Stage mum.
We'll be Chris Jenner's.
Yep. Yeah, obviously being a parent's a lot, like just in itself. And something like we really dive into on this podcast is mental health
Yeah.
in the nightlife industry. So how do you guys juggle everything, the traveling,
Oh,
playing
gosh.
at different venues, going to different countries, and then being parents too back at home? What's kind of, you have any tricks or
Oh,
tips for
guys.
anybody?
It is hard.
Yeah.
Life throws you curveballs that you never can imagine.
Expect. We always say
Yeah.
life is like a kiss and a slap. Just when you get your kiss, then you get your slap.
Yeah.
And you've got to learn to just deal with the kisses
Mhm.
and the slaps.
Yeah.
And
Our careers have been like that.
Yeah.
We struggled for a long time, and then we had a great period, and we're kind of holding on, or we're having a great time. But touring, we're lucky because we have each other. So when we're on the
Yeah.
road, to address the mental health thing, being a solo DJ, I just really feel for these guys. Always alone, the pressure all on you. We don't have that. We're so lucky to have each other. But
yes, but we've still dealt with depression.
yes, we
you
have.
know?
Yeah.
And I think depression it's also outside of the music industry. It's everywhere. And let's
For
face
sure,
it, it's the most, it's a number one issue in humanity, I think.
Yeah.
If you can't somehow manage it, then, it just ruins lives.
Mm.
And I think if anything that happened out of Avicii's, death is it showed people that even people that seemed like they had everything and what should be the happiest life of all isn't. So you never
Yeah.
really know what's going on and be mindful and kind and, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Supportive. It's important. Yeah, I mean, you can speak a little bit on mental health.
Yeah, no, I went through a full when I discovered I was being a single mom, I was 6 months pregnant, and
Oh wow.
I had a crazy situation. My partner, basically, who I was with for a couple of years, actually had another life. I didn't know. He had a longer term partner in another
woman
country
pregnant at the same time.
Oh,
and
wow,
hid a
Jesus.
child from me. I had no idea. And I found out when I was so heavily pregnant, I mean, all I can say, it was like the deepest, darkest depression I've ever could
And
imagine.
that's not safe for you or the
No.
baby at all.
No, it was not safe. It was
Yeah.
not. It was, and it's been 4.5 years now, so I can talk about it without breaking down, and
Yeah.
it's just part of my story now. And it's, oh man, I've been to the dark side. It's not nice. So anyone
Good for you.
experiencing it is just, whoa.
Yeah.
Good for you
There's
for
a way
crushing
out.
it.
Yeah, well, it's not, you don't crush it. It doesn't
No,
disappear.
you get crushed.
You
and
get
you're
crushed
crushing it.
and you just,
But you're still crushed. You just have to
Yeah.
work up, a little bit up each time,
Yeah. yeah,
Take the wins.
take the
Yeah.
win.
Focus on the wins. Life's so easy to go down that dark bubble if you try and focus on that, you know?
There are just so many sickos out there.
Yeah.
You
You
know-
can't control that,
They're not in Atlantic City. I promise.
Well,
That's not true.
I don't know about that.
Well, we always, the funny thing is with our career, because being artists, you're always dealt with rejection. People are always saying, oh, that song's not good enough. Oh, you don't look good enough. Oh, what is this, And we always have this saying where you go where the love is. So if someone's not loving that record, fine, there'll be another record label or another artist. It's just do what you feel is right and then take the journey in the way it needs to go.
So who's the person that or the company or whoever was
Yeah.
the person that didn't reject, the first person that was like, yo, this
Oh,
is a
we've had
hit.
some beautiful mentors,
Yeah.
emotional mentors in our life.
There was a guy, so Max Goose and he is now involved in kind of the more urban scene in LA, but he was one of the first A&Rs who he put us in touch with Kelly Rowland, who then put us in touch with David Guetta, which is how we wrote When Love Takes Over for her.
Yeah.
It was for her, actually, for her album.
We
and
submitted it to Max for Kelly.
Oh, wow.
And they thought, no, to dance.
They passed.
And
Then David
3 months
released
ago,
it.
just called us and he's like, hey, girls, I love what
3
you've
months
done.
later. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can I? Yeah.
So cool.
So
Yeah.
someone's trash was someone's treasure. So it's really nice to just not get bogged down on the areas that don't like you, because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. There will be areas and lanes that do like you. It's funny because now, in dance world, it's the same. It's so up and down, and you're on this depression group.
Yeah. So
in a depression chat group. So that sounds really bad, but it's not. It's really healthy. In
no,
fact.
it's a mental health discussion between a whole lot of DJs. I don't actually think I'm allowed to talk about it because that's one of the conditions of being
okay.
part of the group.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You got that.
Yeah. And it was set up by a really big DJ who had struggled with his own mental health. And he knew what happened to me. So then he invited me into this group. And it's a whole lot of DJs just talking about how rough it is, really.
The industry and how their sound might not be as relevant right now. And they're trying their hardest in the studio. And it's just not going well for a minute.
And a lot of people are having a lot of grievances about having to be a social media person. Like their TikTok isn't on point. How can they keep up with touring and TikTok and making music and gigs and family life at home? And everyone's just, it's tough.
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But you have a team.
We have a team.
We have a team, but we run a team.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're
It's
running a
very
team.
hard running a team because
We've
you have
got
to keep everyone super motivated, super excited about their job,
super happy. People have got
not
their
too
own.
stressed.
Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated and excited to keep your team motivated?
Oh, we love our job.
Yeah.
And we have a
really
really
do.
good team now. It hasn't always been like that. We've had
No, we've been sued by our team.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
we had really sneaky
joke.
people working for us, working with us, I should say, and just
We tried to sue us.
with really strong agendas and
Yeah.
and hidden, and it was
We
it was
still-
horrible. It was a deceit. Actually, it was a betrayal. It was like that was one of the first. Well, not first. That was a big business betrayal that we had been through. And it was hard because it was emotional, because I don't know how you run your business, but we're kind of friends with people we do business with. So it's hard when, the mask comes off and you discover what
you're
it's
being
about.
sure,
recorded,
yeah,
you're being
yeah.
secretly recorded.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's
Oh
being
my
used to
gosh.
bribe you, and then you realize that recording's got nothing in it.
Yeah.
But, it's
But at that
really-
point, yeah. So it's, these things you go through. Mim and I are like, just looking at each other
Wow.
and like, what?
we can't believe
This
Yeah.
is real.
the lengths.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
what
And so we just,
happens.
but you know what? Lucky, the weekend comes, we get on a plane, we see the promoter who we've been seeing for 5 years, who's actually become a friend of ours, who we now talk about kids and stuff. And we have a break from it,
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's also the beauty of being a touring artist. We've formed like a community around the world, and we actually have a lot of, we think good friends,
Yeah, it's great. I wanted
Yeah.
to ask though, beyond the actual business of it,
Yeah.
what really drives you guys to make music and the songs? Like, what drives your passion for it, and what do you want your listeners to take away from the music that you make?
we actually have to make music. It's actually in us. We just
So COVID was an amazing creative time for us. We made some of the best music that we've ever made. We haven't released it yet
Oh,
because we haven't kind of found its sound.
no, that sound isn't right.
When we're this is the problem, the beauty and the pain of being an artist is that people put you in a box. So I think
Lane.
we've been boxed in that 132 BPM EDM sound,
yeah,
right?
right.
But Mim and I actually play a lot of psytrance and have been for years. So now trying to move releases into that vein, but then we also really love some more chilled stuff. So, you're always trying to fit your music into boxes, which they sometimes don't fit in. And the drug really is making the music.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah, we just do it.
it
now.
motivates us.
We used to do it when we were like
Kids.
15 or 13, before we were even recording music.
Mhm.
Did you grow up with instruments and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
we were super lucky. We started piano when we were 4.
Oh wow.
And
we were.
violin as well, which is really good for your ear,
Ear.
actually. And then Liv started guitar as well. So we were lucky, super duper lucky. We came from an immigrant background. So mum and dad are born in Italy, and they really were super broke immigrants, moved over to Australia and gave us kids everything that they didn't have.
Education was so
Key.
such a focus, and we
Mhm.
really just didn't want for anything. We had every music lesson we could ever
Yeah, want.
want, and I don't know how much of that helped us, because actually I think most of our writing came from keys
Yeah.
and I think singing. Mim is an amazing singer. She's on most of our records, and our big record, she is the vocalist. So well, you are. You've got a good little voice there, Mim.
I don't know. You just won't sing, really.
No.
Sorry. I love
We
it.
might be identical twins, but we do not have identical voices.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, I think a lot of people don't notice that, being, musically inclined really goes into DJing and producing, and they don't know how much that could help and how much of that translates over to DJing. I've been DJing for about 4 years now, but my whole life I played percussion and
Yes.
piano,
Amazing.
and when I started DJing, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be completely different. But no, beat matching and
Yeah.
the keys, it all
Beat
relates.
matching and keys and ears is important to hear. But I feel like when it comes to making music,
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, I feel like the background, the years of music training that we've had, the grade 8 theory that we've
Right.
done, I don't feel like we use that much. It's
No.
not the inspiration that comes in to when we write and put down recordings, I feel. And also, we worked with Tim Avicii, and he wasn't musically trained, but
Oh, okay.
yet he would just look at the computer screen, and he actually wrote in a really different way.
I mean, he was
to
a
what we'd ever
freak.
seen. He was a complete freak, complete genius.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
He used to paint
yes,
the notes, like watching him.
and not even press play,
and wouldn't even play, and we would say, okay, let's go back, bring it 16 back so we can hear it
we
in.
would want to get into it and
And
vibe
he-
on it a bit more.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to listen. He just would kind of color
visual.
in with the MIDI, and we were like, well, this is so weird. But then we worked with Afrojack shortly after, and he did the same.
He was quite similar. And also, there's another
Yeah.
producer called Danger,
Okay.
who was Timbaland's beats guide.
He
did
would
all of-
listen a bit more, though,
Yeah, but he had never done any music lesson
No.
in his entire life.
and was a genius.
And was a genius, one
Yeah,
of the
he is a
biggest freak
genius.
producers I've ever seen. But then you look at people like Max Martin, who is the Swedish songwriting
maker.
god, and he is a percussionist.
She's crushing.
So no, but he actually is.
To go weak with the
And
knees.
that lung, like literally, a lot of drummers are amazing producers.
Right. Yeah.
Phil
Yeah.
Collins, they've got a different perception of melody, and it's funny because drummers don't learn melody, but yet they feel it in a different way.
Yeah. No. 100%.
So, yeah, I think
Look at someone like David Guetta, okay, not musically trained, but a hit
genius,
master.
A&R.
Yeah.
You know, you can pick a song and be like, hit, not hit, hit, not hit.
In
not
3
hit, not
seconds.
hit.
In 3 seconds.
I remember we used to play him ideas and be like, David, please listen to this one, please.
Wait,
He
get to the
would
middle way.
stop.
And you'd be like,
He
no.
would stop within like 40 seconds. We're like, David, you missed the best bit. And he was always like,
No,
nope,
this is not
if I
good
haven't
enough.
heard it already.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to wait a minute to get to the best bit. And you know what? He's absolutely right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Especially now too, I feel like people's attention spans are really shortened. Like in terms of social media, listening to music, like they want to
Yeah.
get right to it. You know.
Yeah. It's,
You only have
there's no
15
rules.
seconds for a story on Instagram.
It's a
You know,
different-
If
But
there's
then you see all this other stuff because I disagree sometimes now. I would think yes in 2016, but now you've got Tale of Us coming out and all these guys that are just
There's
it's
patience
long.
in the music. Yeah,
It's
the builds.
they're not short snippets of sounds. Like
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is another wave coming through with greater patience and bigger grooves, which is fun, which is inspiring, hey?
Right. Yeah.
Which is why we all really love dance music and places like Ibiza. Dark rooms in Ibiza.
is that your favorite place to play?
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
This summer, I think so, yes.
It was great this summer. We played with Robin Schultz at Pasha,
Oh wow.
and we haven't played Pasha for years, and it was just amazing.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's like Pasha is like a really romantic, sexy club. It's like a house, in fact.
It's like an oversized
Finca. They call them
mansion.
finks.
Yeah.
fincas. And it's just so
Sexy.
nice. It's so beautiful. So,
Yeah.
And it's the same staff that have been working
We gotta
there.
get him there.
Yeah,
You got to
really
get
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And it's not
Please,
like
yeah.
the other clubs on the island, you could be anywhere. You could be in Vegas.
Right.
Whereas if you go to Pacha in Ibiza,
It's different.
Oh,
there's no other club like it in the world.
Magic.
Yeah.
How can you describe the differences to me, like of a club in the U.S. compared to a club outside of the U.S. in different countries?
Oh, you guys have got a lot of great clubs here as well. You know, Vegas has really lifted the game for the world.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yep. And New York is always great as well. There's a lot of, a lot of great clubs here.
Yeah, America's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys have EDC.
Washington.
You have some of the biggest raves.
DC.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in Washington. What's that place? Q City, Echo Park.
City?
yeah, yeah. All these
Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami. My gosh, like you guys
It
are
shouldn't be part of our country.
Should be its
tell-
own
I-
entity.
America's like-
got a vibe.
It's got a vibe.
Yeah.
It should be its own like.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
space.
best thing about America. You guys feel like you've got a lot of countries all in one.
It's like
Right.
Europe in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah,
yeah,
we love it.
we love it here.
Yeah, we do. We were always saying that one day we would end up in America, but we just, haven't yet.
Well,
Maybe
we
one
spent a
day.
lot of time in LA,
a lot, and we still love LA
but since the bebes,
and New York. We
We've
spent a lot
been-
of time in New York.
we've been more in Europe now. Mm.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. What would you say is growing up was your biggest inspiration? Like, who did you look up to as a musical artist?
Oh,
I know. So as soon as we really got onto that first UK sound, Fatboy Slim, Chemical Brothers, The Prodigy, Basement Jacks, that kind of stuff.
Groove Armada.
Yeah, Groove Armada. It was all of that
Wave.
sound, that wave, and that was what really just made us want to get overseas. Made us want to go and try festivals for the first time. Festivals,
Australia's great because you get American music and
European.
music. We did get the full, NSYNC wave and Mariah Carey wave
Yeah.
and Britney and all that. But you also get the UK wave, which is nice. So
Eclectic.
we just moved to the UK when we were 19.
What's the difference between playing a festival and a club?
Oh, lots of differences.
Yeah.
The sets are always shorter for a festival.
Although we are playing 1 hour today.
I know, which is strange.
Mhm.
I thought that was odd, but I like it when you the other day we played in a club in Switzerland.
Oh my,
Remember
how
that?
good was that? Basil.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
You could feel the crowds, you know.
That's the best.
It's
Yeah.
just felt so nice. I know this sounds a bit naughty, but you know, people could smoke in the club and it was just cool. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I know that's really malo.
No, you're fine.
But
Yeah.
it just felt like a real dirty club. We went so hard for so much longer than what we normally would before playing some commercial goodies, and then people were really still into it.
Big room or small room?
It was a small
It was
room.
a smaller
room.
room.
Small room, more intimate.
Yeah, it was
more fun,
probably,
right.
what do you think it was, 500 capacity?
Oh,
it was
wow.
tiny.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Very close. Everyone
Right.
felt close.
Yeah, it was
It was
amazing. Yeah, it was heaving.
What would you say is your favorite festival that you've done?
Ever? Oh, that's such a hard question. I mean, I think
Top three.
we
Yeah, top
we
three at least.
still
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Tomorrowland, Brazil.
I'm
It was
sure,
8
yeah.
years ago now, and the reason why we know that is because we're going back to play there next weekend.
That's so cool.
And someone told us that the first one was 8 years ago, and I'm like, whoa, how did that happen? Oh my gosh. But it was amazing. Just 100,000 people, you know.
Yeah.
You know, at a time where that music that we were playing and making and releasing was just so on fire, and that electric feeling. I mean,
I think EDC was also very, very cool.
mhm,
There's nothing like the desert. There's, you know, it's nice.
yeah.
And what's another one?
I love some of the Spanish ones, the Spanish festivals this summer.
Just,
Yeah, they're just dirty. There's less bells and whistles. You know, it's more just about a field with
that
like a
German
big
one we played
stage.
was obscene.
Which one was? Oh
It was
yeah,
like it was army barracks.
was that Nature One or something?
I think so.
Sorry, guys, we're forgetting all the names.
That's
That's
all
really
right.
No, you're good.
unpro of us. But we've had an amazing summer with some incredible festivals, actually. Yeah, mainly Europe this summer.
But you're like part of it. So like I guess what a lot of people don't see is like you come to a casino, you get the suite, you get the ground transportation, you
Yeah,
get
we're
all
so
the
lucky.
bells and whistles. You go to a festival, you get a porta potty and some land,
Yeah.
and like you're more part of like
Yeah.
the whole entire
Experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of like it. You
Yeah.
know,
Out of
You're
it.
camping.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And my parents wouldn't like it. They'd be like, "This is disgusting."
I also wanted to ask too, like this could be one of our final questions, but as sisters traveling, you know, all the time, I have two little sisters myself, and they constantly butt heads. I wanted to ask, you know, as much as good could come out of it, is it ever
Yes.
difficult sometimes, like being constantly together and you know just traveling all the time?
I think the being together isn't difficult, but we are basically more married than most married couples.
Yeah.
We're business partners. Every cent we've earned is together. You know, we're kind of joined families, especially because I'm a solo parent. So I kind of latch onto her family a bit more for that reason. That's probably part of it. But business partners, family, friends.
Wife. My man always says he's got two wives.
That's funny.
Or he says he's got a husband and a wife.
Who's the husband?
You're the husband.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I think husband's more chilled, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't know.
But
Depends what family you're in.
you
But
have to ask him.
look, it's intense. It's intense.
Yeah, right.
We definitely.
we have two other siblings and we couldn't work with them. So we have a good flow, but we definitely fight like siblings. Yeah. It's
Are the
just,
other
you know-
siblings in the music industry as well?
No, they're not.
Oh,
They love
sure.
music.
Yeah.
Our brother was actually DJing before us.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
That's
was
really
really young when he started DJing, and we were writing music, and he was kind of the cool kid at the parties, you know, playing tunes. And then
And then we took him on the road with us, and he was the worst tour manager we ever had.
he got so nervous he wouldn't even
We'd be
press
like,
play.
"Set up."
We were like, set up, and he's like, I'm too nervous. I'm like, what do you mean? You know how to do this? We're like, press play. He's like, no, you press play. It's okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
working with family is a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's fun. We speak to like all the family members about it, like the Dubs boys and Dimmy and Mike.
There's a
the
lot of
Showtech
siblings.
A lot
Guys.
of siblings.
Yeah, I get why siblings work because tour life is lonely and it's hard. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not
being
just that.
business partners.
But business life in music is hard. Like
Yeah, yeah.
everyone trying to rip you off and lie to you, and
yeah,
you know. So when you've got your sibling there,
Yeah.
at least when
there's a bit more.
Trust them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. It's like everyone's coming at you, but you hope your sibling isn't. You know.
Of course.
But there's a lot like Dimmy and Mike, Cruella,
Yeah.
Dubs Boys, Showtech.
The Koala girls are more like us. Like
Yeah.
they bought a house together.
Mhm.
They, I'm not sure if they have the same bank account, but I remember when we were speaking to the boys about it, and they didn't. They had separate bank accounts. And
Yeah, Demi and Mike do separate bank
Yeah.
accounts, don't they?
And they even worked out things like with buying clothes for shows. Like one would spend a lot more and the other one
Yeah.
wouldn't. And it was all. Whereas we just say, oh, we bought this week or that last
Or
week.
we don't even tell each other.
No,
We're just
we
like,
don't. We
Believe
don't.
it or not, your support DJs that are on right now are
Yeah.
two identical twins.
get out!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think twins. Yeah, we're all.
They're
so
great
different.
kids. Yeah. Can't wait for you to meet them.
Yeah, me too. Girls or
Twin
boys?
off.
2 boys, so we're going,
Amazing.
And do they do the whole identical
They
thing, or
do
do
the
they?
whole identical
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Their
yeah.
name's Dose. Like, it's
Wow.
just,
Oh,
both
Dose.
have
Dose, like
white
two.
white
Yeah.
t-shirts and black pants on today.
Oh,
They're
wow.
completely matched.
So
yeah.
they're
That's like,
the
Le
male
Twin.
versions of Le Twin.
You know, Le Twin, the girls?
Yep.
They always dress the same. It's so cute.
Yeah, they're down. The cute guys are downstairs.
Yeah.
We'll have a twin off.
Yeah.
We always joked that if we got together with another set of identical twins.
I mean, it's never happened, guys.
no, it hasn't. But if we did, and we both had kids with identical twins, then those kids would genetically be siblings.
Yes, because we have the same
DNA.
Oh right, yeah. I didn't
Isn't
think
that,
of that.
isn't that wild and a
So,
bit sick?
My daughters and her,
You're like,
my
"Ugh."
daughters and her daughter, they've got half the same DNA.
Wow.
They're like half sibs.
Mm.
I'm sure they're super close.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
frenemies.
Frenemies,
Like,
yeah.
like best friends and enemies at the
Yeah,
same
right.
time.
Mm.
There's this weird competitiveness between those two.
Sure they-
Yeah, like they'll be like, I got this. Well, I got this. And,
Yeah, we're
oh.
just like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Sharing everything, you know.
Mm.
That's
think-
how it is at younger age. So
Well, I think that's the best
Mm.
thing about being a twin. You're never given something. You're always given something to share.
Oh yeah, we shared every birthday present, every birthday party,
Birthday
everything.
cake, everything, every bedroom, every
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
We were separated at school, but somehow, as you get older, your elective classes all
Became the
Wound
same
up,
anyway.
yeah.
the
so-
same. So then we ended up always doing all the music classes, so
Mm.
stayed together.
Together forever, right?
yeah, and here you are now.
Forever.
Together forever. Twins are the- That's the next song.
Oh yeah, play that first song when you guys go up. Do you guys
We're
have
like,
any
"What?"
announcements or new music coming out soon?
Yes. We've just done a cover of Niles Barkley's "Crazy."
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, we're
awesome.
going to play a brand new remix that we received today.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear that.
Yeah, I know. And we're testing it, and it's crazy. Did I say that?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's coming out next week. So we're on pre-release right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, just got so much. We have to work out what's coming out when now.
Yeah, we didn't actually release that much music,
At the
did we?
beginning of the year, no.
Yeah, it's so hard, guys. It's hard to make music.
Sounds
Find the
a lot.
time to make the music. It's a lot, but we keep punching.
Yeah, right. One final question too.
Yeah.
While we're on producing, I just started producing and
Great,
just literally dropped my first song yesterday.
Amazing.
congrats.
But I work on it every day, and I have so many projects that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Is there kind of like a method to like what you're gonna release when, and
we-
any advice?
Well,
Any advice at all?
we are famous for having 10 things going at
One
once
time.
because
10 unfinished projects, at least, even 20.
yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah, it is, and some of these might be going for 5 years. And it sounds extreme, but when we're in the studio, if we get stale, we just move on, close it down, open up a new session, and we find that keeps us fresh. We love fresh ears.
Mhm.
So we try not to get pressured from people to have a new song ready, because every time we've done that, we've rushed it and then we've
haven't
not
been
been happy
happy.
with it.
Yeah.
So we just try it now and hold back a little bit more.
And also, what we like doing is getting an idea that we've done to a certain level, and then we'll have loads of friends that say, hey, I'm looking for this or this, and then we'll send them our ideas, and that's often how collabs start.
Yeah, we just sent
So-
something to Medusa actually.
So, if we
So-
get too bogged down on something and the drop is not sounding so great, we'll be like, that's okay. We've got some great hooks here. Let's just see where we can get this to through doing a collab.
Yeah.
So that's what's a bonus with us. We
Yeah,
love-
collabing is a good thing, because if you're so in your own head and
Yeah.
you don't know whether you like it or not, just sometimes having that one extra person to be like, love it. then that's all you need
Yeah,
to
get
kind of
that
give
firm-
yourself
yeah.
that push to go, all right, now I can release it.
Remember, a good friend of ours said to us, Paul Harris.
What did he say?
He said, "Girls, you've got to learn when to finish."
Yeah, we never finish.
Yes, because we're always perfecting,
Mhm.
and he's like, people don't really care for perfection, and your what you think is perfection is another person's imperfection. So just release it, and
Mm.
then
Yeah.
if you want, get a remix and get someone else to spread love into it. But just don't get bogged down on the details. But that's so hard because we're just detail girls.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Just go where the love is. Keep it fresh. If it's stale, move on to a new idea. I mean, you're always going to have editing to do. I don't
Mhm.
know about you. If I'm feeling like one day the ideas aren't coming out,
You
I'll
just
just go to a session where I need to edit, and there's 7 hours gone.
Yeah, right.
So that stuff.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, cleaning up your sessions just takes a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's always work to do for us.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for the advice, and thank you guys for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank
It's a
you.
great conversation. I'm excited to hear you guys play downstairs.
Yay,
Yeah.
us too.
Yeah.